G'day guys, welcome back to Supercoach Swordplay and welcome to the round 23 review. One more week to go. We are crawling to the end. Congratulations if you managed to sneak into any of your league grand finals. Know that some of us that watch your channel are more focused on the leagues than overall. So this is the big time of year for you guys. So congratulations if you managed to get through. If not, all good. There's a week to go. Then we can start planning for 2026. But I personally, I'm going to take a little bit of a break, not think too much at all about AFL Supercoach, maybe play some NBL, some BBL, playing the AFLW fantasy. I do not know what I'm doing, but hopefully I can have a little bit of luck there. But yeah, I think I'll take a little bit of a break and then start planning maybe in a month or two. But for this video, we're quickly going to go through the side. Not much to talk about. We'll choose some captains and then pretty much say see you later. I'll also go through some of my leagues as well. But this week, a 25-45 actually went down 50 spots. I thought that would be enough to maybe push into the top 1,700, but not quite, which was a little bit disappointing. But I was only running with 22 players this week. My big boy, Brodie Grundy, he would have made a huge difference because I don't know if you checked out the thumbnail, but Shea Bolton, an absolute stinker this week with his 30-odd, had to actually keep that score, and I couldn't drop it off because Grundy was missing. But, hey, first world problems. No Summerlin, Grundy, Neil, Zeret, Chera on field. Plenty worse than me, so no complaints here. Let's get into the side. It's going to be a pretty quick one. Alrighty, so here we are. In defense, pretty solid this week. You had Sinclair with the 95. That was actually pretty disappointing, along with Naz's 100. And just on that, congratulations to all my good Saners mates. Jono, the great Jock Reynolds, Rossco, Scoops. There's a heap of you out there. Congratulations, guys. 2 years on some pretty solid coin, but that's a fantastic result for you. So thumbs up, kudos to you blokes. But 638,000 at the moment. What a phenomenal season it's been. We said he was a must-have, what was it, 6-8 weeks ago now, and he has delivered on every bit of that. So if you're an owner, hasn't it been fun? As a non-owner, one of the toughest anti-pods, I'm guessing, in the game, maybe apart from Grundy in the same time. But wow, what a phenomenal year he's had, and really, really genuinely happy to see him stay at the Saints. But 195 as a combo, geez, I was hoping like 140 type scores from these fellas, but it is what it is. Can't complain too much. Whitfield with 111, really solid from him. Mills has been solid for me with 106. Couple of down games from him, but all in all, he's been a pretty fine selection for me. Dale as well. We're traded out short nice and early for Dale. And again, there's been some bumps in the road with Dale, but really delivered for me this week with a 128. He was unique in a couple of my cashies, which was nice. McCarthy with a 77. I never really complain with what McCarthy scores because at the end of the day, we got this bloke as a mid-season pick for 99K. He's covered multiple lines for many of us, including the flex. So 77, all good. I'll take it. Graham Charlton didn't play. The Bond. This bloke got me over the line in my cashies. So the difference between 250 and 500, this man, that was right it there. So I cannot, don't have words how much I love this man. And look, remember he gave us a couple of those 60s. People were panicking. We said, don't worry, this man is a very, very bad man, and he's going to end the season, hopefully, fingers crossed, at over 700K, which would be nice. It'll take a little bit to get there, but I reckon he can do it. Dacos really hit back last month and a bit with a 133. Really, really happy after probably trading him in at the wrong time. It was just before Anzac Day after that massive score that he got. Dunkley with 110. Again, very, very solid lately, which I'm happy with. Dawson, super surprising. The only midfielder went under 100 for me with a 96. But look, we're not complaining with that. That's all good. She's with a 185. I'm not going to talk too much about him. You know about his 54 touches. You just had that feeling, didn't you, that he was going to get there in the end. And what a man he is. I know that he's copped a little bit this year from some super coaches, but not his fault. It was all about where Clarko was playing him, but put him in the guts, and this is what he does. A phenomenal match from him. Brayshaw, the 111. Again, he's sort of just been tracking along without sealing games, but no massive failures, so that's all good. Georgie Boy came back, really important week with a 128. He's sort of gone a couple of 70s, 80s, but then the 120s and the 130s, so balanced out in the end. Kirch the Butcher with a 103. He actually had a really, really clean game, especially in the first half. Used the football extremely well. So super stoked with getting Kirch in. I got him in about a 60 point something average from memory. So that's built up to an 83.3. Yeah, really sold that selection. The box didn't need him with a 53. Houghton, who I will most likely need this week with a 56. And then Archer Daywicks obviously didn't play. Gone with a 145. Brilliant. Was very, very tempted to put the captain on him, but lucky I went with Bont. Those 3 points did wonders for me. Was very disappointed, and you don't tend to get too disappointed with 107, do you, from Romo? But coming up against Essendon, we've seen what other ruckmen have done against them, and I wanted at least a 130 type. So I know a few did use him as a pod VC, and yeah, a little bit burnt, but I did go with Naz, so did better than him, I suppose. All good. Baz, 131. You expected him to do pretty well, and he did. So well done to you, Baz Lenka. Darcy, disappointed with this. Only the 83. After the first quarter, we were thinking, beautiful, he could come a ceiling game here, but not to be, unfortunately. Isaac Rankin has been a bad boy, and I don't know what's going on here, but I think we can safely chuck him to the bench and move Taj Houghton in this week. It's not something that, I don't know what's happening at the moment, but from what I've heard, it seems like he's going to miss some football. And so Taj Houghton is going to take his place for now. Not ideal, is it? But I know that there'll be a lot of teams that won't be able to replace Rankin at all. And hopefully this man will be back. This will make a world of difference to me. But Daniel 91, again, a little bit disappointed because he was on fire in the first quarter. Slowed up a little bit, obviously, after that, though. Warner, just a clanger king. Talk about McKercher, the Butcher. This man did butcher it, made up for it with his tackle count, but yeah, really disappointing. But Bolton with a 34, just worse. This was meant to be a short-term play. It's turned into a long-term and just can't stand owning him. The Ped's injured. Simpson's doing anything, and Grundy was out. So, you take that score out and replace that. And remember, the Peanut got a 111. So this is the Peanut, a 111 against Geelong. What's Grundy going to do? So, that is just, it burns me so much. It burns me so much that out of all the weeks, I had to take a stinky 34. I don't reckon I've had worse than a 34 on field for ages. In the first week where I haven't had a flick. So, burnt me shade this year. But is what it is. All right, so that's already gone longer for as to what I wanted. So let's get into the captains. Essendon Carlton. You could go Pod Georgie boy, couldn't you? But no, don't think so. You got Dacos against Melbourne, Gorn against Decam, maybe. All right, so Grundy if he's back, surely. Surely I'll have to go Grundy as a captain. And then you've got Baz against the Tigers. Will they just rest him? That's probably looking the best for me at the moment, I think. Dacos against Melbourne. I don't mind that in his form. Naz Sinclair, probably not against the Giants. Whitfield. No, that's probably how I'm going to go, I think. So most likely Baz into... No, do you know what? Actually, the Dogs have to win this game, don't they? All right, so I'm going to go Grundy into the Bont. The man just has not let me down as captain. So Grundy into Bont, I think. We've got the Saints playing there on the Sunday. So that's a nice, easy loop there. Box, we'll just, leave him as the emergency. And Houghton, surely I'll have to put on Franken there. So that is the team, guys. Now, very, very quickly, we'll go into some leagues here. All right, so the members won. Cole got some revenge on me after I took him out of the CASHIE last week. So well done to you, Cole. What'd you get, mate? 26-6-1. Very, very nice. And Jack, poor old Stu. Now, I really feel for Stu. I'll talk about Stu in a little while. He's had a great season, but just an unlucky couple of weeks with injuries and all the rest. But, congratulations to Jack and Cole that'll go through there for the granny. The Open League. How are we looking here? the Southern Bandits, number 12, Dan's Pigeons. You're so golden. Number 20, you're a great bloke as well, Dan. We got 28, 36. The Humphreys B Bear, love that. Inside the top 50 as well. So congrats to you guys. The Family League, I took out Brent. Sorry, mate. I did feel bad for that, but I'll be playing against Big Steve here. Took out the old man Billy there. Bit of a lower scoring week for the Family League this week. All right. Regulars. Yes, I managed to get into the regs there. Oh, and I'm playing Jules. Now, Jules is having a very, very good season as well. 25-6-9 would have just beat me last week. But look at those projections there. I might be in trouble. So that's going to be a great one against Jules. Now, I did not get through whatsoever here, but we've got the great Selby and SDS, if you don't mind. So, geez, Steve-O took out Janath last week, so bad luck to Janath. And Selby took out the great Mini Monk as well. So that's going to be a huge battle there in the Content Creators League. Won't worry about Podmasters overall for now. A grade. Oh, Placey. A 25-4-5 defeated 25-4-4. Placey, I genuinely feel bad about that, man. A 1-point win. You are joking me. And I'm playing Janath. So here we go. The two Swordplay boys chugging out there in A grade. Bad luck to Ting there as well. It's a great league. The Twitter folk. So, I took out Todd. No second prizes. A veteran coach and a wonderful coach as well is Toddy. Janath, got taken out there as well by Duncan Disorderly. How's that, Andy? Nice work, mate. So, taking on Andy in the final there. Didn't realize how many it actually made. The Skodfather Legends. Janath, you bastard, took me out there. So, Janath playing George. So, two of the absolute goats there. Al in the prelim there as well against George. Shout out to you, buddy, as well. We'll need to catch up for another cold one soon, Al. All right, friends of Mailbag. Oh, Janath. See, I'm in so many leagues with Janath. It's so bloody unfair. I didn't even take me out. Took out the great MJ. There's Duncan Disorderly as well and the great Patch. Friends of Mailbag. All right, members 2. Oh, got done there by 4 points by Pete. Harvey Bay Magpies. Well done, mate. Playing Trav, a great man there in Trav. Yaron, bad luck, mate. One of my favorites. Such a generous bloke is Yaron as well. All right, now this is the first CASHIE here. I'll tell you what, Stu is way in front of me for total points as well. In the top 1,000, I think. But just so many injuries, so I took him out there. Oh, bad luck, mate. 24-2-4, 25-5-4. For Bruzzy's Bulls in Dill, and we will face off, mate, in the $100 CASHIE for either 1,000 or $500 here. So, shout out to all the people in the CASHIEs. Some really stiff competition. That was it there, wasn't it? So, Stu, the Pigpen. Oh, defeated the Outliers here. Oh, Dossie got beaten as well. In Janath again. Man, I tell you what, I'm in so many common leagues with Janath as well. Now, the Charity 50. There's Stu there. There's Stu right there. Where is... Oh, mate, so down 755 spots. So I knew it. He was in the top 1,000. Just had a terrible week there, mate. George, Bonds Boys with Cades and Jay going to be very, very hard to track down. We've got Billy Boy there, myself, and Simon breathing down my neck there as well. So top 3 get paid for that one. Don't know if you're in with a shot there. But this was the one here. 2 points. 2 points. So Steve got through over the great Silver Pigeon as well. Pretty close match there. But look at that. 25-4-5. 25-4-3. Deal. Such bad luck, brother. It was an epic battle. I was literally looking at the live scores into the end. And where I won, well, what won it for me this game was Deal went with Big Maxi Gorn for the captain, and I chucked it on Bont. 3 points in it. I mentioned when I was talking about the Bont and Gorn before in my side that 3 points made a huge difference, and it did in the charity CASHIE as well. So, epic match, mate. And, yeah, it should have been a draw in the end, mate. SDS smashed me. Oh no, I didn't even. Oh, I must have played him in the lower league finals there. But we've got Janath and George playing off against each other. Full Bonty and the great Bryce Mitchell couldn't quite get it done there. Who's up there in the DRSC Patreon group? Look at this. Heaps of top hundreds here. Well done to Luke, currently 26. Well done to you, mate. All right, guys, that is it from me. Podcast this week, GDS potty as well. Might be some EPL content from the boys. Scopes might be doing some Supercoach EPL content. So make sure you get around the great man as well, who's doing some stuff on another channel as well for some EPL, then jumping back on the Swordplay for the BBL season as well. We've got lots of NBL stuff planned as well for any GDS players and super coaches out there that are into their basketball. We'll be going all year round with the Swordplay crew now because we're doing obviously the AFL, our basketball, EPL, the cricket, BBL stuff all year round. Cannot wait. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. Much love. All the best. Good luck with your grand finals this week. And we'll see you soon in the potty. All the best. Catch you guys. Bye.